So, I thought I'd do a little video on how to draw perspective, which is pretty much the only kind of video I've been doing, but I've decided to include all the confusion, the erasing, the how on earth does that work sort of fun that I usually cut out in the editing process. So today I'm going to draw in a way that you can draw along with me and laugh at me when I make a mistake. That's why I brought the eraser. So, let's just cover the first and what I consider to be basic. Other people might say something else, but I think this is probably the simplest thing, is drawing there's two kinds of cubes that you can draw, and pretty much from that, you can extrapolate and draw new things. Draw bigger perspective and stuff. So let's start with the first of the simple cubes. So it's going to be about a 90-degree angle. You don't need to worry too much about it. And then matching lines on the other side, think of it as the ace of diamonds or the spade, ace of spades or stuff like that. So think of your card suits when you draw this guy. It's a diamond, except it's laid on its side. From here, we're going to draw 3 straight and hopefully almost parallel lines. And then, let me move my hands because the screen is kind of blurry. We're going to connect it. See, my lines are all wacky and falling around all over the place, but it still makes a nice cube. If you want to shade it, we pretend this diamond is the sun. If the sun comes this way, this part will be in the shade, right? In the shadow. So I'm just going to scribble this side in, pretending that I'm coloring. Okay, so did that, and it will cast its shadow this a ways because the sun is coming from here. If you just look at an object, so see, I'm holding my pencil up right now, and you can see that. So the sun is over here on this side of my camera, and so therefore the shadow is running away from the sun. So we're going to make this shadow running away from the sun, and it's just a big scribble. You can draw a You can draw a perfect cube shadow to match it if you want. You can draw this straight line here, and then it probably would cut off right about there, and then we color that in. Or if you're going for the more cartoony look, you can just scribble, just. And however long the shadow is kind of makes how bright the sun is. I think that's how it goes. So for the next kind of cube that we want to draw, it's the other way around. So the first cube we drew is we are seeing the top. So the red is the top. This cube, we're going to be looking at it so that, my camera doesn't quite work, but so that you can see the bottom. So now the orange is the bottom of the cube. So where it was once sitting on the ground, we're now going to draw the cube hovering in the air. So we're going to start with the same diamond, card suit diamond, and instead of putting the lines this way, we're going to put them this way, up, like that. And then we're just going to connect them with a parallel line. Parallel means that this line is supposed to technically run alongside this line. So if you get a ruler, these lines right here, I'm just going to draw these lines on either side of the ruler. These lines are parallel, which means that if you extend them to infinity and beyond, they will never, ever, ever even come close to touching each other. If this line were cocked ever so slightly, it may take 10 to 20 feet for this line. Oops, sorry. This is an arrowhead, by the way. This line cocked right here, it may take 10 to 20 feet for it to finally poke up into the straight line, but it will because it's not parallel. So we're using this loosely because obviously you can see that these guys will be running away from each other further and further and further apart, but for the sake of a cartoony look, this works just fine. We've got our floating cube, and again, if we have the sun the sun is a diamond. If we have our sun shining radiantly on the cube, it's going to slap it in the face right here, meaning this is the brightest part of the cube. This, again, will be the darkest part of the cube. But because this is facing away from the sun, see, the sun can't actually hit it. This also is shaded. And to put a shadow, we just don't make the shadow touch the cube. It's going to be down here. And we can just scribble. See? Now it's floating. So these two cubes, I believe, they will bring you a long way. Just learning how to draw these two guys is going to be so much easier to build all sorts of different things. For example, there is a sort of cube where, let's not draw the diamond. Let's just leave it a V. And let's draw another V, a real V. So this was the upside down one. Here's the right facing one. We're going to connect this with a line, and we're going to connect this with a line. We're going to connect this with a line. So what are you seeing here is, while this has 1, 2, 3 faces, this one also has 1, 2, 3 faces, this one only has 2 faces, indicating we can see neither the top nor the bottom. And this is more for, like, if we were going to draw a book. So pretend that this is the book. Here is the front cover. Here's the front cover. Here's the back cover. We have little hands holding the book. So you can kind of see this is more of a, I'm looking at it, this is my vantage point right here. So from this, we look like we're a bird. Here's a little M, pretending that it's a bird. Here's a bird flying over a cube. Here is a snail. Let's see, my beautiful snail. Snail looking up at the cube. See? And this is me, my own eyes, looking straight down at somebody across the table from me reading a book. This obviously can be extrapolated. We can make the V smaller and the lines longer to indicate a building. So now we have a building. Here's the city block. Here's the sidewalk that turns the corner. Here's the traffic control and the street lamp. Here's the asphalt where the cars drive. And of course the road sign. So you can see now we have a building here. We are looking at it from the car window. Right here is the center, the vantage point. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, I would definitely like to make another video, not just drawing cubes, but start to draw cubes more in a twisted up sort of way. So more like this. How do you draw that? Well, that'll be in the next video. Until then, see you next time. Bye!